Hey, it's Mark Andrews with the 2022 OCFOI Plays of the Week, Episode 1. Did you guys miss me? All right, we're dealing with blocks below the waist by the offense. I'm going to have another one. Episode 2 will be blocks below the waist by the defense, and then some other blocks below the waist. So let's get going. Okay. Blocks below the waist. If you recall, the only rule change that we had in 2021 was with regard to blocks below the waist in the free blocking zone. Just a reminder what the free blocking zone is. It's a rectangular area, extends 4 yards either side of the ball, and 3 yards behind each line of scrimmage. Okay. The requirement for a legal block in the free blocking zone are all players involved in the blocking are on the line of scrimmage and in the zone at the snap. That hasn't changed. The contact is in the zone. That hasn't changed. The block is an immediate initial action following the snap. Now, that was not there. We had certain interpretations that were sort of like that, but the one thing you don't see in this list is that the ball has to be in the zone. That's been taken out. And the reason for that is that we're trying to simplify this so that blocks below the waist are not dependent on the formation. Prior to this, if a quarterback was in shotgun or pistol, we were basically saying it was impossible to commit a legal block below the waist. That's no longer true. Now the block just simply has to be immediate initial action following the snap. As we move forward here, I want you to take note of the umpire's position. This is something new as well, and this is not universal. This has only been implemented, as far as I know, in Orange County and San Diego. Maybe some other associations have taken it on. But we are moving the umpire out to about the gap between the defensive end and the guard and back. And this umpire is going to continue to back up. He's actually doing a really good job. Now, I want to make it clear that where the umpire ends up is his decision. It's where he feels comfortable, and it's also dictated by the positioning of the defensive players. So it's not one single place that the umpire is always going to be. It's up to him to put himself in a place where he can see the ball being snapped, because he still has that responsibility, and then he is able to watch his side of the line. But we're not saying there's any hard and fast rule as to where he has to start. So on this particular play, he has this side of the line. It used to be that he had this side of the line. But now that's the referee's response. Actually, I should say that the referee has that side of the line in this formation. He is on the right-hand side of the quarterback, therefore he has the right-hand side of the line. If he were on the left side, he would have the left side of the line. So, we're going to see legal blocks below the waist with the exception of a foul by this tackle for holding, not for an illegal below block. And I'm just going to turn the annotations off and let this run. And keep your eye on the line. Okay, you see a couple of low blocks, and you see a tackle by the tackle. So let's go back, turn the annotations on, go here. So, sorry about that. So Steve points out what the changes are. Rule no longer requires the ball to be in the free blocking zone. That allows for any kind of formation, shotgun, pistol, under center. These low blocks are going to be legal, and if we watch the right tackle, the defender does a great job of warding off this low block. The line judge is doing his job. He's watching the action by the tackle. Remember, snap, tackle, back. But he's also got this guy. That's his key. So we've got a contested matchup right here. He knows that. So he's going to take his eyes off the tackle action and shift to these two. All right. So now the wrap by the offensive lineman on the defensive end is the responsibility of the referee. He is the one that is responsible for this action. And then as we go downfield, we do have a little bit of a grab by the defender, but it's not much. He lets him go, and I think the ball that is a good no call by the back judge. All right, let's move on. Okay, here's another legal low block, but kind of for a different reason. Steve thinks maybe this guy might be out of one of these guys might be outside the free blocking zone. It's too, you can't tell from this angle, but again, make sure that some part of the guy's body has to be inside that free blocking zone. Now, watch the block. Oops. So basically, we have a whiff here, right? And so, are we going to penalize a whiff? No, that's not enough. Okay, this dark team in dark uniform, obviously knows this is coming, and they are warding these blocks off. But Steve makes another really good point. When these guys are on the ground, they can still foul. We can't just ignore them. We have to keep our eyes on them. We saw earlier the tackle make that tackle around the ankles of the defender. So that's the kind of stuff we got to be looking out for. All right, let's move on. Okay, we're going to watch two plays. I'm using these two plays because the action is similar. Basically, we're going to have the offensive guard here move to his right to block this defender below the waist. I'll let you just watch it. You can see definitely a block below the waist. Okay, let's try it in slow motion. Now watch, he does take a step to the side. Right there. Okay, so the question an official should be asking themselves when they're evaluating this action is, was that block below the waist immediate? You know what, let's watch it one more time. Now you can make an argument that because he stepped, it wasn't immediate, but the step and the beginning of the block are immediate. And let's contrast that with another. Well, actually, let's look at it from the end zone first. So there's our offensive player, and you can really see the amount of travel that he goes through to get to block this player. Okay. One more time. All right. Now, let's take a look at a very similar play. Okay, those are the two players involved. believe it's the center that's going to block below the waist. So let's do it in real time. Okay, not a great angle. Let's look at it from the end zone. You get a much better look at it. One more time. Watch the center right here. It's going to block the defender here. All right, so I think you can see the difference between the two. I'm doing it in slow motion now. So he snaps 1, 2 steps, and then blocks below the waist. Now, the number of steps, that's part of the criteria you could use, but Steve Coover is suggesting that we look at pad level rise. Okay, keep this term in your pocket. Pad level rise. To determine if it's immediate. In other words, if he's coming up and then going down, that's not immediate. So let's take a look at that. Let's watch the center's pads. Up. See, he goes up and then down. Okay. If we go back to the previous play, I mean, we can't see it that well from here. Let's do it on this one. These are our two players involved. Now that his pad stayed level. Let's see if we can see it from the end zone. Yeah. I mean, you can make a strong case that he just dove sideways. So, the first one's legal, the second one's illegal. This is going to be a tough call, guys. And who's going to get this? Well, it's got to be the referee, the umpire, and even the back judge. Back judges, are you listening to me? Okay, I want you, if you see this, call it. It's that simple. If the umpire sees it and disagrees with you, you guys want to talk about it, that's fine. But if you see that second type of action, watch it again. Down. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through a few examples of illegal low blocks by the offense. Keep your eye on the tackle there. Now, again, watch pad level rise. There is none. He has to go forward in order to make contact, but that's not a delay. Okay? One more time. Legal block. Okay, here we got another example of a legal low block. The center is going to snap, and of course there's a natural delay for him to complete the snap. We're not going to penalize him for that. And then he's going to go left. And watch the action here in real time. The left tackle there is highlighted because there is a slight contact with the defender that 53 is contacting, but it does not constitute a chop block. So here we go. back. We're in slow-mo for you. Now see, there's no pad level rise. 64 there is just, I think, trying to protect himself. There's no force there. So he just barely touches him. So that's not a chop block, and that is a legal block below the waist. Okay, one more. Again, involves the center. Keep an eye on him. Again, we're not penalizing the center because he's snapping the ball. Okay, watch this in slow motion. So you notice his hands go to the ground. He kind of gives himself a little extra shove. Again, the immediate action is, excuse me, is low, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, more time. Legal. Well, that's it for this first episode of 2022 OCFOA Plays of the Week. This is part 1. I already have part 2 done, so look for that. It should be side by side. If you like these videos and you want more, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do so by clicking on my picture in the top right. And if you want the entire playlist for 2022, which right now is only going to have these 2 videos in it, but eventually it will have a lot of videos in it, click on the box on the left. All right, this is Mark Andrews, signing off.